JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, decomposing body of man found in bushes in Cartel. The decomposing body of a man was found with gunshot wounds to the head and upper body in bushes in Salt River, Cartel on Tuesday. Police have identified him as 43-year-old Merrick Aries of a St. Andrew address, as well as of Ajax in Ontario, Canada. It is reported that about 9:30 a.m., residents stumbled upon the body in bushes and summoned the police. Upon the cops' arrival, the body was seen on his back, clad in a white t-shirt, white underpants, blue jeans and white sneakers. The deceased's pants were halfway down and his belt undone. A grey Honda motor vehicle was parked beside the body. Checks revealed that the car is the property of a car rental company with branches in Kingston, St. Anne and St. James. According to well-placed sources, documentation retrieved from the car indicated that the vehicle was rented on Saturday, October 14, from a company located at the Sanks International Airport in Montego Bay, St. James. The vehicle was reportedly to be returned on October 30. The police said items were found in the car that could assist them with their investigation. Based on their assessment of the scene, the police theorized that Aries may have been lured to the area and was robbed of his belongings. Investigations are ongoing. Motorcyclist gunned down in West Mullen. A West Mullen farmer was gunned down while driving his motorcycle with his girlfriend on board at 3 miles river in Frome in the parish on Tuesday night. The deceased has been identified as 39-year-old Dwayne Mulai, otherwise called Soji, of Belmont district in the parish. Reports from the Frome police are that about 9:10 p.m., Mulai was driving on his motorcycle along with his girlfriend along Grandpa Scheme Lane when he was pounced upon by a lone gunman who opened fire at him, hitting him in the upper body before fleeing. The police were summoned, and on their arrival, Mulai was seen lying on his back in a pool of blood with gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The girlfriend was not reported injured. Investigations are ongoing. Vybz Cartel granted expedited hearing by Privy Council due to health conditions, says attorney. Incarcerated dancehall artist Adidja Palmer, more popularly known as Vybz Cartel, has been granted an expedited hearing regarding his murder conviction appealed by the Privy Council, Jamaica's final appellate court. The date is confirmed as the 14th and 15th of February 2024, following the granting of an application for expedited hearing. The application was made after Mr. Palmer's health scare when placed in solitary confinement earlier this year, as Buchanan, the attorney representing Cartel, said. Fox 5 New York reported earlier this year that Cartel was suffering from the autoimmune disorder Graves' disease, which, coupled with two alleged heart conditions, makes the situation life-threatening. His condition was allegedly exacerbated by a 23-hour prison lockdown placed on the DJ following the discovery of cell phones within his cell. The summertime DJ has had many medical scares over the past decade, often necessitating trips to medical institutions such as the Kingston Public Hospital and the University Hospital of the West Indies. Cartel is currently serving a life sentence following his murder conviction in relation to the death of Clive Lizard Williams in April 2014. He will be eligible for parole after 32 years and 6 months. Phlips and V straight accusations over fare increase. Transport Minister Darrell Vaz and his opposition counterpart Michael Phlips on Tuesday said over the recent fare increase granted to taxi and bus operators as a spat between the government and opposition on the matter climbed to a crescendo. Tuesday's round in the debate opened when Phlips withdrew from the Transport Sector Committee, claiming that Vaz was trying to use him as a tool of distraction in order to mislead Jamaica over policy positions developed by the People's National Party, PNP. The opposition spokesman made his announcement after Vaz slammed the PNP president Mark Golding's broadside against the government at a party rally on Sunday in St. Mary. Golding had accused the government of not cushioning the impact of the increase on the public, even as he acknowledged that the public transport operators needed the fare increase.
I am calling on the Minister of Transport, Honorable Darrell Vaz, to immediately withdraw his intemperate and ill-considered attack on the leader of the opposition for reaffirming known positions of the People's National Party to make public transport more affordable for commuters and operators. The opposition affirms that something had to be done for the operators as the failure of the government to implement sustainable policies had compounded the problems faced by the operators, particularly in rural Jamaica. I informed the Minister from the onset of establishing the Transport Sector Committee that the opposition's participation would not include deliberating on fares. I therefore was not a part of the subcommittee which made the recommendation. Minister Vaz's outburst was cheap politics, suggesting differences with the suggestions made by the leader of the opposition and myself, differences that do not exist. It is now clear that the minister intends to use my participation as a tool of division, misleading Jamaica over policy positions developed by the PMP. I have no intention of being used by Minister Vaz. I therefore have to reconsider any further participation in the committee if the minister does not go ahead and withdraw his attack on the leader of the opposition.
Golding had accused the government of not cushioning the impact of the increase on the public, even as he acknowledged that the public transport operators needed the fare increase. In a sharp response, Vaz would announce the phased increase of 19% effective October 15 and a 16% effective April next year, said Golding was seeking to score cheap political points as the opposition was consulted in the deliberations leading up to the announced fare increases and had played a part in the final decision.
Don't want to go. And I'm saying to my colleague, transport spokesperson, that I'm well aware as a veteran politician that some things are beyond your control. And with a leader-centric party system that we operate, what the leader says goes and what the leader wants goes. But I invite you to rethink your position. Nothing that has been said cannot be discussed among big men, leaders of this country, and stand up so that we can continue to work together to make sure that we get the successes that we so badly need and should have had a long time ago, with a cohesive, disciplined, orderly, respectful transportation system, specifically public transportation. There's so much that we have done in a few months. There's so much more to do. And this would be a black eye to all our attempts to get a non-partisan public transportation policy with all hands on deck to retake the streets of Jamaica. I'm going to ask.
However, Phlips, in his statement on Tuesday, demanded that Vaz immediately withdraw his intemperate and ill-considered attack on Golding for reaffirming known positions of the PMP to make public transport more affordable for commuters and operators. In response, Vaz called a news conference at his office and told journalists he left Tuesday's sitting of the House shortly after receiving a copy of Phlips' statement. Black River Lockup escapee and girlfriend charged. An escapee and his girlfriend have been charged and are to appear in the St. Catherine Parish Court on October 31 after it was recaptured at her home last week. 32-year-old Kenneth Omari Stewart has been charged with uttering forged documents, while his girlfriend Denisha Bogle has been charged with harboring a fugitive. Stewart, who had escaped from the Black River Lockup in St. Elizabeth in June, was held in Spanish Town, St. Catherine on October 19. When he was accosted by the police, he reportedly showed the police a birth certificate and other documents with a different name. He was subsequently arrested along with Bogle. NAA teams responding to effects of heavy rainfall in St. Andrew, St. Thomas and Portland. The National Works Agency, NAA, has mobilized teams to respond to instances of flooding, siltation and minor landslides in Portland, St. Andrew and St. Thomas as heavy rains continue to impact these parishes. The NAA says several corridors have been left impassable by the rain. Manager, Communication and Customer Services at the NWA, Stephen Shaw, says the roads from Gordontown to Penfield in St. Andrew and from Bethel to Richmond Gap in St. Thomas are now blocked. He says the road from Alligator Church to Belfield in Portland is also blocked and badly scored. Shaw further advises that other roadways have been impacted by the inclement weather, including the stretch from Papine to Red Light in St. Andrew, the Wakefield to Hardware Gap in Portland, and the Surge Island to Trinityville in St. Thomas. Shaw is advising persons using roadways in sections of the parishes of St. Andrew, St. Thomas and Portland to exercise extreme caution as some sections are susceptible to landslides. He says some flooding has been reported in St. Thomas and that road users should also exercise caution in using flooded corridors. In the meantime, the police are advising members of the public that the Charlton Gully in the Constant Spring area of St. Andrew is flooded. Motorists are being asked to use alternative routes. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.